Well, fucking angry with you!
I get that, but Jesus, can you stop sounding like a bulldog? I forgot the name of bulldog.
Fine. Where were you a month ago?
You mean 2 weeks ago?
I'm paying attention. You're drunk. I'm paying attention.
Okay, well, fun story about that, internet. 2 weeks ago, I was under so much stress from just college and life. So basically, the last episode of Tales of the Hunts came out a month ago, which is fucking sinful. I'm not even going to deny that shit. But that was a month ago. And I posted that video, that podcast episode. It was great. It was lovely. And then I got news from my college. And it's like, turns out I'm nowhere near done my degree. So I had a mental breakdown over that. I started my next classes. Had a mental breakdown over that. Life stuff got in the way. Started crying about that. 2 weeks ago, I got fired from my job. Practically, not really. Started crying over that. So it's been a bit of a hurricane over here at Ravencore. So just the fact that like anything has happened at all has been kind of amazing. I didn't realize I had missed an episode until last week. And by then I was like, what do I mess up my timing and everything I've done? Or do I just post 2 podcast episodes today and hope no one noticed? And I was like, maybe we do it that way. And then I was like, this has been such the cursed episode. Such a bad episode. I don't even know what game I'm talking about. And then I realized it's Tomb Raider, the definitive edition with the cursed, lackluster, completely forgotten about multiplayer trophy. This entire podcast episode is the multiplayer trophies of Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. I couldn't have scripted this better. I'm good. I took a deep breath. I paused the recording. I'm good. So, a month ago, I had gone through a lot. And then I realized that I had to do this episode yesterday. So, let's look at Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. The game that starts off a cursed trilogy of Tomb Raider games when it comes to trophy hunting with just the most insane shit I have ever seen. So, Tomb Raider 1, you have all the multiplayer trophies for a game that shouldn't have had multiplayer to begin with. Rise of Tomb Raider then was like, hey, what if we added this really weird and really unnecessary card mechanic to everything and then turn the levels, which are not designed to be arcadey whatsoever. And then what if we took those and we just made it super arcadey and did all that shit. And then you have Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which just wasn't good. It was a mediocre, average game at best. And now these motherfuckers want to make another Tomb Raider game with Unreal Engine 5. I need more alcohol. I'm sorry. This game drove me to drink. This was one of the games that I had platinumed, and I was like, I'm going to do sets. I'm going to do special sets. And for this game, I had pictured the set just covered with empty bottles. I was going to get shit-faced the night before I recorded, and I filmed this video, and then I was going to set it all up and just be hungover as shit as I recorded and filmed this episode, because this game was so fucking boring when it comes to all of these multiplayer trophies. I think I spent close to 60 hours, because my overall playtime was about 80 hours, but I think I spent 60 hours, I think. I don't know, I've lost the numbers, but it was a shit ton of time just starting up empty servers and just grinding out the XP to get to level 50 so I could purchase Lara Croft. Not even until I could like play as her, because I was never going to play as her again, just so I could have the opportunity to freaking play as her. And yeah, we are not talking about Tomb Raider on the PS3. No. We are talking about Tomb Raider Definitive Edition on the PS4, which didn't even do anything special. Nothing has changed. Not a single thing has changed. And because I'm not hungover recording this, I'm drinking now as I record this because the memory is too real. Happy Easter. Ugh. Alright. Let's talk about the trophies. God, I hate... This is the one game, and I'm being 100% serious when I say this. This is the one game where, like, as I was hunting it down, I was like, am I wasting my one and only life? Have I gotten so many platinum trophies that it's all meaningless now? Playing these empty servers, doing this empty jog, broke me. Broke me so hard. I'm fine. I'm fine. I keep saying I'm fine because I keep pausing the recording and be like, I can't believe I actually have to talk about this game. Like, and I'm shitting on this game a lot, and it's not because the game is bad. Like, I want to really make that distinction. The game isn't bad. Hell, the campaign is actually really fun and has big dramatic set pieces. Lara has these absolute gruesome death animations, all specifically geared for the scenario. Nothing is recycled, and it is phenomenal, the campaign. I hated this game for just the absolute monotony and the absolute bullshit that was and is the multiplayer trophies in this game. It was awful. Like, I listened to so many podcasts and I felt like I was brain dead doing the multiplayer trophies for this game. Like, oh my god. I was so bored doing this trophy list that my last pause for the recording, and probably the last pause for this entire thing, was just to see if I had already recorded the episode. I'm like, did I already do this? And I'm forgetting it. But who knows? This game originally came out in the early 2010s, where all video games had this sudden and all-encompassing fascination with bows and arrows and open worlds. And it was like, your game doesn't exist unless it has a badass character with a bow and arrow, and everyone else has guns or something else, but their main weapon is a bow and arrow, and you can go explore the world. That is what games are now. And it just kind of fell into that slot. It had nice set pieces, a nice environment. It didn't even have that many tombs, because I remember I did this game, longtime listeners might know, I did this game after I did Shadow of the Tomb Raider. So, like, I was used to, like, a sprawling amount of tombs and a sprawling amount of challenges, and this game just felt so bite-sized in its campaign, which in any other instance I would have been like, this is really good and it's really benefiting my enjoyment of this game. The fact that it is a little bit shorter and it is, like, it knows when to stop, and then you have this giant and, like, festering pus that just is the multiplayer trophies, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm never gonna get over this shit. But let's actually talk about a trophy, right? It's been 10 minutes of this trophy hunting podcast, and all I've done is bitch about multiplayer trophies, but not even tell you what they're about. Because yes, the hardest one and the most grindiest one, you can do 100% on yourself. But guess what, friend? There's a bunch of these that you gotta get people for, and you gotta be, like, with it. So let's talk about it. Soul Survivor. In multiplayer, be the only person on your team that isn't dead or downed. So you basically have to coordinate with not only your team but the enemy team, because let's be frank, no one's playing this game. Like, no one was playing it back in 2016. No one was playing it back in 2020 when the world shut down and there was nothing to do but to play games that you probably shouldn't have been, because things just stopped coming out for a while. Unless it was Doom or Animal Crossing, games just stopped existing as well. And freaking, like, no one was playing this game back then. But there's going to take some coordination of enough players to just have both an enemy team and an allied team, just so you can get that trophy. Because then the next trophy is Entrapment, which you need to catch a player in a snail trap in multiplayer. So you have to go over, interact with it. Because again, the multiplayer, for as unnecessary as it was, it did have some good ideas. It had like environmental interactivity and stuff. Like, it's not just your standard like gun game type stuff or capture the flag type stuff. Like, there was some stuff that kind of went into it, but oh my god, I'm gonna age another 10 years just talking about the multiplayer trophies. I fucking hate them. Tomb Raider is like Definitive Edition is a pinnacle example of a single player game not named multiplayer. Like, I do not recommend anyone go platinum hunt this game just because of the multiplayer trophies. But next, we finally get to talk about some campaign stuff and one smart cookie completing an optional tomb. Then you go ahead and do the big game hunter, kill and loot 10 large animals. This includes deer, boar, and wolves. Master Blaster, kill 2 multiplayer enemies with a single explosive. Again, just a matter of coordination. Big game hunter, you end up doing to catch loot and the craft stuff. One small cookie, you do end up having to do 100% this game in the campaign mode. So it ends up being a road marker type trophy. Down boy, kill a ziplining enemy player in multiplayer. Again, coordination. Monkeying around in multiplayer, escape death 3 times by using the rope ascender. It's just a matter of what it is. Like, you get some damage, and as you're being shot at and being damaged, just zipline up. Do that 3 times and you will get the trophy. Easy. Narcissistic. Purchase a new multiplayer character. This is going to be the beginning of your insane amount of grind for you need to be picking up scrap as much as you can. You need to be just like going through these multiplayer matches on repeat ad nauseum, trying to get them through. Artilleryman, kill 20 enemy players in multiplayer using a turret. Adventurer, complete a match in all multiplayer modes. That's going to be one of your hardest trophies. As I said, hardest, not one of your grindiest. There's a huge difference here. On my way up, reach level 10 in multiplayer. You're going to have to reach level 50. It just sucks. Lights out, kill 10 multiplayer enemies using a melee attack. Again, coordination. Good Samaritan, revive a teammates in multiplayer. I'm all that. Win a ranked match in every multiplayer mode. All of this requires coordination. Every single multiplayer trophy, none of them are that hard. They just require A, living servers, and B, someone to be there. Like, it is not that hard. Oh, I lied. You have to get to level 60 in multiplayer. I lied. Escape 10 explosions in multiplayer. Those were all done in 2018. I didn't start this game again until 2021 because of how exhausting the idea of doing multiplayer, because True Commitment was my next trophy, which required me to get to level 60 in multiplayer. Like, there is not a single fucking thing they talk about in any of this, because it's all just play with people, keep going. Play with people, keep going. Buy every upgrade and character in multiplayer. So here's what you're gonna do. Alright, listen, because it's the only way you're gonna get this trophy done, the True Commitment trophy, and then the Shopaholic trophy. You are going to set your team on a game mode where you have to pick up the first aid kits. You're going to set the max to 20. You're going to set the time to infinite, or it's like the largest amount close to infinite you can get. You are just going to go around and around in circles, doing it until you get all 20 and you pop that round. Once you get the bonus, you're going to exit out and go again. You can play multiplayer rounds by yourself ad nauseum using this method, and I promise you, it is one of the only ways you're going to get these trophies. Because there ain't a damn person playing this game at this point. Tastes like chicken. Kill and loot 10 small animals, rabbits, chickens, and rice. Feather duster, kill and loot 10 flying animals. Unfinished business, complete one challenge. Each one of these areas have little challenges that once you do the first one, they let you start building up doing the other ones. Sharpshooter, perform 50 headshot kills in single player campaign, despite the fact that Laura has a mini panic attack the first time she kills someone because she's being raped, and she has a mini panic attack that she had to kill a man. There's a trophy in for getting 50 headshots and becoming a stone-blooded killer, because oh my god, the early 2010s had no care for ludonarrative dissonance. Bookworm, find 25% of the documents. It's just a matter of picking them all up and looking around. By finding maps and those kind of things, that you can easily start to look for, like, find things picked up. You also have like survival vision or something really dumb like it, which lets you start to see things glowing in the dark like it's Batman. Gunslinger, kill 35 enemies with the pistol. Boom goes the dynamite, shoot a bundle of dynamite out of the air. All of these you can get just by playing the game and being aware that you have to do them. Down and dirty, perform 15 finishes. Doing it stealth is going to make it much easier. Get over here, rope pull 5 enemies off ledges. Again, pretty easy as long as you set yourself up. Relic hunter, collect 25% of all relics. Looking for trouble, find 25% of all GPS caches. Both of these trophies are just a matter of, exploration and being the Tomb Raider, finding items kind of just thrown on the ground. Epic fumble, force an enemy to shoot dynamite that kills 2 people when exploded. If you can get 2 enemies side by side, one of them running a dynamite, shoot his hand, the dynamite will kill them, you'll get a trophy. Deadeye, shoot 10 enemies off zip lines. This one actually is really hard because there are many times the zip lines are on play, but there aren't unlimited enemies that go through, and I think you pretty much have like 4 or 5 chances, 4 or 5 set defend your location fights where these things come through. So what I recommend is just dying. As soon as you get a couple kills, die, come back, let them kill and kill them again. Those will all count. Equalizer, kill 75 enemies with the rifle. Former adventurer and incapacitate 25 enemies with dodge counter. You're gonna shove your axe into his knee. Scoundrel, collect 5,000 pieces of salvage. Again, super easy because you have to go through salvage caches to upgrade your weapons and your gear. So it's, again, pretty easy. Predator, kill 50 enemies with the bow. Opportunist, kill 25 unaware enemies. Widowmaker, kill 40 enemies with the shotgun. Again, none of these are hard. They're just a matter of, if you feel like you're getting towards the end of the game and you feel like, oh, I don't have enough of these trophies, or I don't want to really want to play this again, just die and respawn, and you can go ahead and keep on killing like it's yesterday's news. Picky, loot 200 enemies. Crab cakes, kill Fifi the crab. It's on the beach, and I think you just kill a crab. I don't think there's a specific one named Fifi, even though it says there is. I don't think there really is. Clever Girl, purchase all skills in one category. Chatterbox, this ends up being one of the more difficult trophies because they are missable. I highly suggest following a guide. I think PS5 Trophies has one, or if not, Power Packs definitely has one, so just keep that in mind. Now we're getting serious. Fully mod and completely upgrade any weapon. Historian, find 75% of all documents. A survivor is born, complete the game. Archaeologist, collect 75% of all the relics. Bag full of cash, providing 75% of all the GPS caches. Lethal, purchase all skills in all categories. Intellectually superior, complete all optional tombs. The professional, fully mod and completely upgrade all weapons. No stone left unturned, find all documents, relics, and GPS caches. Inconceivable, complete all the challenges. And then choose survivor for platinuming the game. Like I said, there is not a lot to talk about in this game. It's just a matter of doing everything. This game is, in the grand scheme of things, forgettable. If it wasn't for how unforgettably boring and dull and pointless the DLC is. Not the DLC, the multiplayer trophies. Like, the game is pretty clear. Everything is road marked for you. Using your survival vision, you can pretty much find everything. It's just a boring, lackluster. It's just such a, not even boring, lackluster. It is just so standard. There it is. It's such a standard 2010 game, completely destroyed by a boring, unnecessary, empty multiplayer. And they want to make another one. And I still have a card game one to do. Yay. My name is Insane Raven. If you liked this episode, why? Why did you like this episode? The Tomb Raider Definitive Edition episode. And I will see you guys next time. I'm done with this game.